My name is Liana, and sometimes I still wonder how a single moment can split a life cleanly into two, before and after. I used to believe my story ended the day everything fell apart, but now I know that was only the beginning of a much longer, quieter journey. A journey through silence, shame, fear, healing, courage, and love. This is the story of how I found myself again, of how I rose from a river meant to drown me. I grew up in a small, close-knit community where every cough traveled faster than the wind and gossip spread with the speed of lightning. Our compound was always loud. My mother shouting instructions, my siblings chasing each other, my father flipping through worn-out newspapers. We lived simply, but we lived together. Until the day everything changed. I was 17 when it happened. I will not describe the details, not the moment, not the fear, not the betrayal. Some memories are better left unnamed. Let it be enough to say this. Someone with power, someone admired, someone untouchable, hurt me. His name was Daniel. Daniel was the boy every parent praised. Clean shirts, perfect manners, excellent grades. His father was a wealthy businessman whose influence controlled half the community. Everyone adored Daniel, except me, because I had seen the darkness hidden beneath the polished shine. When I missed my next period, I prayed it was stress. When I took a test, I prayed it was wrong. When the nurse confirmed it, I prayed my parents would hold me, but they didn't. My mother wept, not for me, but for what she called the embarrassment. My father looked at me like I had ruined his entire life. Then Daniel's father arrived. He didn't look at me even once. He looked straight at my father and placed a thick envelope on the table. "Let's handle this quietly. No need for noise," he said calmly. My father hesitated. Then he reached out and took the money. I think my heart stopped for a second. Because in that moment, I realized 3 things. 1. My pain was too inconvenient to matter. 2. My voice was smaller than their power. And 3. I was now alone. The neighbors whispered that I trapped a rich boy. They called me shameless. They pointed fingers and shook their heads. Truth was irrelevant. Money spoke louder than anything I could ever say. And that was how my life split into before and after. Pregnancy felt like a punishment handed down by life itself. Teen pregnancy felt like exile. I carried my belly alone. I carried the whispers alone. I carried the shame that wasn't mine alone. But when my son was born, something inside me shifted again. When the nurse placed him in my arms, the world softened, just for a moment. His tiny fingers curled around mine. His eyes fluttered open. And that was when I saw it. He looked like Daniel. The same eyes, the same sharp gaze, the same face shape. A reminder and a miracle wrapped into one tiny body. It hurts, but it also healed. I named him Ethan, meaning strong and firm, because I wanted him to become what I never felt, unshakable. My parents did not welcome him. They avoided his cries, avoided his eyes, avoided me. Neighbors treated me like something to be swept aside. I lived like a shadow. But Ethan kept me breathing. When he smiled, light returned to my chest. When he laughed, hope pulled at my ribs. When he held my finger, I felt alive. I didn't save him. He saved me. Few years later, the library became my refuge. quiet, dust-scented, and indifferent to my past. Books didn't look at me strangely. Chapters didn't whisper behind my back. And that was where I met Caleb. Caleb worked part-time shelving books and organizing reading events. He had warm eyes and a slow, easy smile, the kind that didn't demand anything from you. The first time we spoke, he helped me find a book. No questions, no assumptions, no judgment. Over the next few months, we became familiar strangers. Then slowly, friends. Caleb asked about my dreams, my favorite books, what made me feel safe. No one had asked me such things in a long time. Then one day, he asked gently, "Do you have a child?" My breath caught. My stomach twisted. I waited for the disgust. "Yes," I whispered. "His name is Ethan." Caleb smiled. What a beautiful name. No shock, no pity, just warmth. Days later, I brought Ethan with me. Caleb lifted him, played with him, made him giggle loudly. Ethan rarely laughed with strangers, but he laughed with Caleb. That night, I cried, not in sadness, but in relief. Someone finally saw Ethan the way I did. And I let myself trust Caleb slowly, carefully. Healing is not a straight line. Some days I laughed, some days I froze when someone walked behind me. Some nights I woke up gasping, sweaty, trembling. Caleb never got frustrated, never rushed me, never demanded more than I could give. He always said, "Liana, you are allowed to heal at your own pace." He convinced me to join a support group. He encouraged me to journal. He helped me apply for a small job at the NGO where he volunteered. Little by little, my world widened beyond pain. My parents, slowly and awkwardly, began to soften too. My mother started leaving food for me. My father carried Ethan sometimes without meeting my eyes. And eventually, my father spoke one evening, his voice low. "I'm sorry." Not enough to fix everything, but enough to crack the walls. Then just when life began to find new rhythm, Daniel returned. Daniel came back wearing expensive clothes, polished shoes, and a smile that didn't reach his eyes. He was running for political office. His posters were everywhere, but rumors floated beneath the glamour. Whispers of scandals, corruption, betrayal. His campaign was weakening. His reputation was at risk, and he needed a miracle. He needed a redemption narrative. He needed me. First, he approached my father. "My son needs a father," he said. "Let's correct the past." My father refused. For the first time, he chose me instead of fear. But Daniel came to me anyway. He approached me near the community store, a carefully polished smile plastered on his face. "Liana," he said softly, "it's time we settle things. Ethan looks exactly like me. Everyone can see it." I felt anger rise inside me, steady and clean. "It may look like you, but that doesn't make you a father." "I'm trying to fix my life," he snapped, "and Ethan is not your tool." His face twisted, then softened into desperation. "Please, help me." "I am not your redemption," I said quietly. This time, when I walked away, I did not shake. 5 months later, after things had started taking shape between me and Caleb received surprising news. He had been awarded a fully funded international scholarship. He hugged me, excited, breathless, but fear gripped me. I began to pull away, How could I follow him? I am a single mother. I carry trauma, shadows, shame. Before I could speak, Caleb took my hands. I want you and Ethan to come with me, he said. My scholarship allows dependence. We can process your papers. We can build a life together. My eyes filled with tears. Caleb, I don't want to hold you back. You aren't holding me back, he whispered. You are the family I choose. That word, family, wrapped around my heart like sunlight. Weeks after he proposed and requested the engagement list, something happened that I never expected. My parents sat me down. My father cleared his throat, tears gathering. Liana, I failed you, he said. I betrayed your trust. If you allow me, I want to be in your life again. I want to love Ethan openly. My mother hugged me tightly, crying into my shoulder. I'm sorry I didn't protect you. I'm sorry I doubted you. Please let us make things right. For the first time in years, I cried in their arms, and some part of me finally healed. 2 weeks before we left the country to join Caleb, Daniel came to visit me. Not polished, not confident, but destroyed. His campaign had collapsed. His name was tainted. He came to our house and knelt on the dusty ground. Liana, he cried, please, let me see my son. Please, he is the only thing I have left. Ethan slept in my arms, peaceful and warm. You want him now because you lost a political position? I asked. I'm begging you, he whispered. Daniel, I said gently, your choices brought you here. Ethan will not be used to rebuild what you destroyed. He sobbed, head bowed, but I did not bend. I was no longer the girl he silenced. You will not have access to him, I said firmly. Not now, not ever. And for the first time, he understood that he held no power over me. He left slowly, and that was the last time I ever saw him. Leaving home felt like stepping into sunlight after years spent in a dark room. On the plane, Ethan slept on my chest. My heart beat with both fear and hope. When we arrived abroad, Caleb met us outside the airport. He opened his arms wide, smiling. We made it, he whispered. Welcome home. Home, a word I never thought I would feel again. Life abroad was different, quieter, kinder, free. I enrolled in courses, worked part-time, learned to breathe more easily. Caleb excelled in his program, and Ethan, my sweet boy, grew into a bright, joyful, curious child. He looked like Daniel, yes, but he carried none of Daniel's darkness. Sometimes when I watch him laugh, sunlight in his eyes, I feel grateful. The pain that brought him into the world did not define him, and it does not define me. My name is Liana, and I survived something that almost destroyed me. But survival is not the end. I found love. I found healing. I found courage. I found family. I found forgiveness. I found myself. And if you are reading this, if your heart carries wounds like mine, hear me clearly. You are not ruined. You are not cursed. You are not alone. Just do all you can to find yourself, and you will be glad you did.